New Year po sa lahat ng sumusubaybay dito sa PinoyRadio.com. This is Attorney Maria Eleanor Rodriguez, ang makakasama ninyo for the next hour dito sa programang Konting Kaalaman, Malaking Katulungan. You have not seen me in a while. I believe the last episode was October 2019. And that's because I went to the Philippines on vacation. So, ngayon po, we will deviate from my usual topic, which is criminal law in Canada, because I'm going to take advantage of the fact that I'm in the Philippines right now. Marami po tayong pwedeng interesting topics na ma-discuss dito sa program natin. And as you can see, I have a guest here with me today. My very first time I ever had a guest in my program. As I said, I want to take advantage of that. Na marami tayong dito makakausap na that will give us a lot of information that I'm sure the Filipinos would love to know. Beside me is attorney, yung buong pangalan niya, because I really want to say it, Mary Ann Lucille Serene.
My middle name, huwag mong kalimutan, Limpot.
Oh, Mary Ann Lucille Limpot Serene.
Para naman yung mami ko.
Yes, so this is attorney Serene. And I actually met her when we were in law school. She was my teammate in the one and only, the first and last and ever women's soccer team in San Beda Law School. Yes, nag-soccer po kami. So, let me give
What do you want me to say?
This is, like I said, she, right now, let's start with, right now, she is in private practice. But then, after she graduated, she was called to the bar in 2000, right? Mm-hmm. Can you tell us what you did after that?
Well, after I graduated, I decided to practice right away and actually joined the academy.
Okay.
After a year of teaching, I was fortunate enough to be appointed as Associate Dean. So at the time, I was in San Sebastian College of Law, where I graduated. I was given the subjects of family law and also environmental law, which is actually my passion.
Okay.
So at the time, it was only a few of us who were really into environmental law. Probably like just two of us.
Okay.
And San Sebastian was one, if not the only law school that actually focused on other non-bar subjects to allow us to widen our horizon, so to speak, because other law schools were really focused on the bar itself and the bar subjects. So San Sebastian was offering law and economics, we're offering environmental law, so I was fortunate enough to be able to handle those subjects. And after the academe, I was appointed as Undersecretary of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. I handled, because of my background in environmental law as a professor, I was handling the Department of Legal and Admin and Finance, quite big. And because of my exposure there, I guess then climate change became a topic, but not a lot. The Philippines still being vulnerable of all this extreme weather. No one actually was very familiar with the topic. So I was one of the few government officials who were talking about climate change at that time. So I got the attention of the higher ups, and I was appointed to the first Climate Change Commission. They created a law for that.
Oh, wow.
There are 3 commissioners, one of which should be a woman. I think because of that provision, I was appointed in the commission, and I was given a rank of vice chairperson. The chairperson is the President of the Republic of the Philippines. Because of that rank, I was given a cabinet rank. After that, 2015,
a cabinet rank. That's okay.
After 2015, I left. I went back to the private sector. I'm now focused on my businesses, which is we are now pushing for environmental products in the Philippines, and at the same time also practicing on the side mostly on family law.
Oh, okay. So Undersecretary ka ng DENR.
Correct.
So how was it?
It was interesting because at the time, that particular department was not given a lot of attention, unlike social welfare, kung saan tourism, they're very popular. To think, and I was like, ang laki-laki ng responsibilidad nitong departamentong ito. There were 25,000 employees. We're supposed to take care of the environment, and yet every year bago ang secretary. So yung policy hindi siya nagiging consistent, paiba-iba yung priorities ng mga secretary. So it was a challenge being there, but it gave me an opportunity to make some changes. For example, yung mga lawyers ng DNR before, hindi familiar sa environmental laws.
Yeah, kasi alam mo, sa totoo lang, no, when you say DENR, parang unang naisip namin patitulo ng lupa.
That's exactly
Diba?
what it is. But yun lang ang alam ng tao. We're in charge of cleaning the air, cleaning the river, cleaning Manila Bay. Lahat yung responsibilidad ng departamento. Kaya sumikat siya nitong nakaraan dahil pinasara nila yung Boracay, DNR nagpasara noon. I was aware of a report of how dirty the Boracay waters when I was USEC, and we were told not to say it because, you know, Boracay was a very popular tourist destination. So what I did was create 36 units, MCLE accredited, mandatory continuing legal education. Lahat tayo, kami sa Philippines, we have to go through that, na focus sa environmental law para naman yung mismong lawyers namin mag-expand yung kaalaman nila dahil puro lang sila lupa, puro mining, paano naman yung Clean Air Act, Protected Act. So I enjoyed my stay there, but at the same time, it was really very challenging.
Yeah. I'm sure. So 3 years yun, di ba?
3 years.
Now, so now that you're practicing, ang practice mo, sabi mo is family law and syempre environment.
Kasi sa Philippines, ang laging sinasabi, lalo na sa ibang bansa, even in Canada, pag criminal ka lang. Parang may specialization, parang doktor. Dito kasi, you can practice any branch of the law. For example, labor. Kaya ka nagiging labor lawyer dahil yun lang ang lagi mong pinapractice. Pero pwede kang mag-family, pwede kang mag-corporate.
Yeah, you can do actually, sa Canada, ganun din naman, right? I'm a lawyer in Canada and I can do anything I want to do. All I need to do is, syempre, pag-aralan ko yung batas na yun, right? But then, yun nga, like you said, may choices kasi tayo. Like, I chose criminal law and real estate law. But if I want to branch out to family law, I can. All I need to do is, parang MCLE dito, sa amin, continuing, CPD naman, continuing professional development ang tawag sa amin. All I need to do is, you know, kunin ko yung mga subjects na yun to learn. Kasi hindi naman pwedeng kumuha ka ng kaso na hindi mo alam, right? So, ngayon, like I said, interesting po yung hindi mo tayo magki-criminal law sa Canada. Nasa Pilipinas tayo. And I'm sure ang topic po namin ngayon will be interesting to all the Filipinos anywhere they are, everywhere in the world, anywhere in the world. Even dito sa Pilipinas, kaya sa Canada kayo. So talagang ito po para sa inyong lahat. Actually, later, kahit yung mga foreigner, may matututunan din sa atin. Pero tatagalugin namin para hindi nila alam. No, I'm just kidding. So, let's start with
Bisaya?
yung Bibasayain niya. Nga pala, she's from Surigao. So, bumabalik-balik ka rin naman. Siguro, Surigao and Manila, right?
Yeah, parang ang nangyayari, I do private practice, but I'm also doing a lot of advocacy work.
Ano yung advocacy work mo?
Environmental, syempre. And then at the same time, we have most of my clients right now, because prior to joining government, nakilala kasi ako dun sa annulment, family law, because I was teaching, and also at the same time, I was able to handle really highly celebrated cases. I handled the annulment of Aiko Melendez to Jo Marie Eliana, Vong Navarro to his ex-wife Bianca Lapu. So I handled all of that. So I consulted.
So celebrity lawyer po.
Parang lumalabas sa kakataon mga kaibigan ko. Right now, that I'm in private practice, I'm handling all the cases of Vina Morales. For example, yung dispute niya with ex-boyfriend kasi may anak sila. And then, those are the cases that had been falling in my table. But other than that, I also handle corporate cases, but mostly related to our own businesses and at the same time some friends. So I don't really accept cases because I don't want to be loaded. I have other interests. So, yun. So, if we can discuss about family law, we can. About foreigners that handle several cases and annulment. And maybe we have to clear that also para sa mga gustong magtanong. Okay.
Sige. Ngayon, before pupuntahan natin ang annulment, before that, gusto ko madinig yung about the environmental law issues na nagkaroon tayo na sinasabi mo kanina doon sa Manila Bay or something like that. Yung mga, para alam namin, kasi hindi natin alam yan eh.
Kasi nung ako yung naging undersecretary ng DNR, or Department of Environment and Natural Resources, I was fortunate enough to be picked by Supreme Court Chief Justice Renato Puno to help in the drafting of the environmental rules of court. At that time, gusto kasi ni Chief Justice na Puno. Nagkataon naman na Puno, 3 ang kanyang apelido. Sabi niya, environmental. So gusto niya, part ng legacy niya, ay sumulat ng kauna-unahang environmental rules of court.
Yes, ito po yun. This is it, right?
This was in 2010. Somehow, it had a foresight kasi, di ba dumaan after ng 2010, nagkaroon ng Yolanda, samot-sari na mga trahedya. So, this particular rules of procedure for environmental cases came about sa isang landmark case na naging ginagamit na rin internationally, yung Oposa versus Factoran.
Okay.
Kung saan doon nanggaling yung principle of intergenerational responsibility, which means even those unborn, you can file a case in behalf of them.
So, nasa tiyan pa lang,
pwede na. Let's say, ikaw ang nanay.
Uh-huh.
Nako, itong ginagawa ng gobyerno may kakasira sa ating kalikasan. Mag-file tayo ng kaso in behalf of my unborn child.
Kasi maapektuhan siya.
So, tinesting yun ni Attorney Oposa hanggang umabot sa Supreme Court. Tapos pagdating sa Supreme Court, sabi ng Supreme Court, pwede mag-file ang isang magulang on behalf of the child at dahil gusto nyong linisin ang Manila Bay, sinasabi namin, linisin yung Manila Bay. So, nagkaroon ng desisyon nun. Isa tinatawag, normally, it would have been criticized kasi sinasabi nila na ang legislative at ang judicial ay separate.
Yes.
Na dapat ang gagawin ng legislative, gumawa ng batas. At gagawin ng judicial, interpret yung batas.
Yes.
Anong nangyari dito sa desisyon na to? Parang
gumawa ng batas.
Judicial legislation.
Yes.
So, pero, ang nangyari, kasi meron ng international precedents sa India na pinalinis nila yung napakaduming river doon. Ginawa din dito. So, nagkaroon ng continuing mandamos. Ang nakabuti niya, nung nandun ako sa DNR as USEC, kwento ko na rin.
Sige.
Bago pa ako maging lawyer, papasa ko lang, si Attorney Oposa, nilapitan ako, sabi niya, Lucille, magpa-file tayo ng kaso laban sa Manila Bay, Mayor Atienza. Sabi ko, sir, bata pa lang ako, ayoko namang masali ka, magdidemanda ka agad ako. Well, after it passed for a certain number of years, naging USEC ako ng DNR, umabot ngayon sa Supreme Court. At kailangan i-debate yung case. Sino nga harap nun? Ako yung USEC ng legal.
Yeah.
Imagine kung sumama ako dun sa complainant, ako din na but I coordinated with the case and I told that Secretary Atienza na naging secretary naman ng DNR. Nung mayor siya, tas naging secretary siya, parang talagang ng tadhana na kung sino yung mayor na kinasuhan, yun din yung secretary ng DNR at that time na umabot sa Supreme Court. So interestingly, pinag-usapan, hindi naman sa ayaw ng gobyerno tumulong isa sa mga kahinaan noon ay ang DNR ay in charge ng kalikasan buong Pilipinas. Pero maliit ang budget. So dahil maliit ang budget, sabi ko, this would be an opportunity for DNR to ask for a larger budget if the Supreme Court will say, you have to clean it. So, yun ang nangyari. So
lumaki ang budget.
Lumaki ang budget ng DNR, nagkaroon ng tinatawag na consent decree. Pag umagri yung dinimanda mo, para siyang compromise, sa dahil doon, sige, ito yung Supreme Court decision, pupunta tayo sa Congress, ito ay sabi ng Supreme Court, linisan namin, kailangan namin ng budget dito dahil kung wala, hindi namin maipatutupad yung decision. So, yun ang nangyari. Nagkaroon ng budget, lumaki yung budget, nagkaroon ng efforts. Hindi pa rin natin naabot yung gustong ng Supreme Court, pero merong continuous decision, tinawag nilang continuous mandamos na dapat ikaw, DNR. Hindi lang ngayon DNR, may Coast Guard pa. Lahat ng nandun,
nasa
Manila Bay, ay role nila ang linisin ng Manila Bay.
So, is it ongoing right now?
Yes,
nililinis pa rin?
Yes, nililinis pa rin.
Oh, that's good kasi according to Attorney Serene, ang Manila Bay pala, dapat pang
Ang kasi, kung talagang sinunod natin yung plano ni Burnham ba yun, yung nag-architect ng Manila, na architect din daw ng Baguio. Anyway, ang ganda, ang Manila ay magiging parang Paris of the Philippines. So, ang classification ng Manila Bay noon ay for swimming. May nagsiswimming pa naman. May nagsiswimming pa din naman. Magkakagalis ka lang. So, it's almost difficult to bring it back to the classification of a swimming area, but at least return it in a state na hindi naman basta na lang. Kasi before, walang batas na magsasabing, meron naman pero hindi napapatupad. Yung dumping lang ng oil, dumping ng basura, lahat parang ginawang basurahan ng Manila Bay. So at least with that law, mapipilitan ng mga ahensya na talagang bantayan yung lugar.
Okay. So I still remember Ross Boulevard. When I was younger, nagsaswimming kami talaga doon. talaga swimming pool namin yun. As in,
Kaya
nasa Surigao ka pa na.
Kasi,
anyway,
sa pagmamalaki ko, ang aking bayan sa Surigao ay napakalinis ng tubig hanggang ngayon.
Oo, Surigao, hindi pa ako nakakapunta. Pero dyan din galing ang aking lola. So,
dapat pumunta ka doon.
Pupunta tayo. Anyway, so yun muna ang pag-uusapan natin about
kasi
environment.
kulang oras.
Kulang ang oras eh. Pero I also want to let you know that Attorney Sering here has her own show, di ba?
Yes, because of, I think, my exposure, I have 1 hour every Monday. Katapat ko lang ang probinsyano, kaya kukunti lang, pakailan lang kami nanonood. Klima ng pagbabago. Nasa 5th season na kami. We've been awarded by Anak TV almost every year. And what we show is actually how to address climate change, how to act on the environment. At the same time, showcase good examples from people. Kasi meron naman na. Lalo na mga millennials ngayon, ang taas na ng awareness nila. They demand already from the government and even from their own parents na, now, Quezon City already will implement the single-use plastic ban. I heard that the other cities in Metro Manila will follow, so it would be an interesting progress, especially in environmental protection.
So, abangan nyo yun. Monday daw. Kung
Monday,
net 25. Mandoon ng probinsyano.
May streaming. Klima ng pagbabago.
Klima ng pagbabago. The host is Attorney Lucille Sering. I'm so proud of her. She's my friend. Anyway. So, pumunta naman tayo sa itong interesting topic. Actually, after this episode, abangan nyo yung mga susunod na episode kasi itutuloy natin ito. Ang gagawin ko kasi, for now, Attorney Sering will be giving us her perspective of the annulment of marriage law here in the Philippines. Sasama na rin natin dyan yung foreign divorce law. Explain niya yun lahat sa inyo. So let's begin. So, where do we begin yung annulment?
Alisin muna natin yung environment. Dito naman tayo sa maraming magkaka-interes. Una, klaruhin natin yung word na annulment.
Okay.
Yung annulment kasi is, there are several grounds for you to get annulment. Iba to sa Article 36 na Declaration of Nullity of Marriage. Yung annulment, valid until annulled. Ibang provision yon. Kaya lang nagagamit na siya na i-interchange. Pero yung Article 36, Declaration of Nullity, is void from the very beginning. Which means there's no marriage to speak of. Karamihan ng mga fina-file dito sa Philippines under sa 36, which is Declaration of Nullity of Marriage.
Why?
Kasi ang nangyayari, Article 36, ang title niya, Nullity of Declaration.
Hindi siya annulment eh.
Annulment is a different...
Exactly.
So,
hindi nila alam yun? Ngayon malalaman nyo na.
Napag-rumble kasi nila yung annulment. Ang grounds
ng lawyer?
Minsan na lawyer, mga TV shows. Ngayon, linawin natin. Okay. Ang annulment, may iba-ibang grounds.
Teka, wag natin pag-usapin annulment muna. Declaration of nullity. Tandaan nyo, annulment on this side, mamaya natin pag-usapan.
Valid until annulled.
Okay. Doon tayo sa Declaration of Nullity
of Marriage.
Na ibig sabihin, from the very beginning, parang walang kasalang nangyari.
Walang kasalang.
So
void from the very beginning.
Okay.
But,
explain
you still have to go to court. And because it's based on psychological incapacity, kasi you need an expert to prove the psychological incapacity.
So you're saying to me that the ground which is psychological incapacity is not under annulment but declaration of nullity?
Yes, it's a separate provision.
It is?
Article 36. Okay.
So doon tayo, so other than that, ano pang ground?
Doon muna tayo sa 36 kasi yun ang karamihang fina-file. Almost all of it.
Okay.
Ang affected kasi is yung anong magiging status ng bata.
Kung
Kung 36 ang ifa-file mo. Kasi void siya illegitimate. Hindi. Sabi ng batas, kahit void from the very beginning, yung anak nyo pa rin ay legitimate. Diba? So, ang focus tayo sa 36. Yung psychological incapacity kasi, sa annulment, if you look at, may mga ibang grounds like, ano ba yun? Homosexuality is even a grounds for annulment, no? There's also attempt on the life. May mga ganun Hindi ko maaano yung annulment kasi expertise ko nasa 36.
Okay.
Yung 36 kasi, you need an expert. So, kaya sabi nila, ba't ang mahal? Kasi yung mangyayari, hindi lang abogado ang babayaran mo, pati yung doktor na magtitistigo for you to prove psychological incapacity.
Yes.
So, pag sa psychological incapacity, pag-uusapan, ang daming rounds, either borderline disorder, narcissistic, merong tinatawag pa na doctrine of triennial cohabitation, 3 taon hindi ka ginalaw, pwedeng grounds for...
Wow. Okay.
So, yan ang 36.
Yes.
Aklaruhin natin. Yung annulment, pero yung actually na pinafile ng lawyer, yung 36. Tinawag lang na annulment kasi yun ang nakasanayan. Pero it doesn't really matter. Basta as long as Article 36 yung ano.
Is there.
Ang interesting niyan, isa sa mga authors ng Family Code happens to be my professor, si Professor Alicia Sempiudi.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
She's very famous, no?
Yes.
And she told us in our class that there was really an attempt to introduce divorce at that time.
Okay.
But of course, in 1986, time ni Cory, parang and the church was very powerful.
Yes.
Hindi na ipasa yung divorce. So, ang Article 36 became an alternative. Kasi sa Article 36, it's so vast. Pupunta ka lang sa court. You have to prove it.
Yeah.
Pero, your doctor can make or break your case.
Yes.
So, yun.
So parang ang annulment talaga importanteng matino ang makuha mong psychologist or psychiatrist, right? Other than that, kasi kumbaga if your ground is psychological incapacity, you have to make sure na matino nga talaga yung psychiatrist. Kasi if they don't know what they're doing, kahit may psychological incapacity talaga yung taong pinapa-declare nyo, baka hindi lumabas, right?
Normally, lawyers naman will recommend their own psychiatrist. Like me, I work regularly with certain doctors. I just give the client an option to choose, depende sa amount. So, mayroong nga psychologist, naging money-making na nga nila mula nung hinabas tong batas na to. In fact, substantially yung fee, ini-embed na lang namin, pumupunta sa kanila. Yan. So, yun.
So, yun. So, ngayon, so sa psychological incapacity, sa couple, halimbawa, wife yung nag-file ng annulment, syempre, pinapa-declare niya yung asawa niyang psychologically incapacitated. Unfortunately, syempre, hindi na sila magkasundo, right? Paano yan? Di ba kailangan interviewin ng psychiatrist yung lalaki kung ayaw mag-cooperate? Paano kung hindi mahanap or...
The doctors have their way of justifying the non-appearance.
So where will they base it on?
Because sometimes they'd say, pag walang... Kasi the psychiatrist would say, naku, ayaw makipag-cooperate. Ibig sabihin, nisip niya, wala siyang problema. Which is the main problem, actually.
Okay.
So the
psychiatrist... So sila na bahala mag-spin nun, ganon.
Hindi naman spin. Let's not say it that way.
Mag-relay, mag-detail.
They're putting also their... what you call this, their license on the line and their reputation. So the psychiatrist naman would just declare incapacity. And there are instances na pareho silang i-declare niya. Kahit sino pa yung nag-hire sa kanya. So it happens. So that's where the situation normally be.
Usually, meron, saan niya kukunin yun? Kumbaga, syempre the psychiatrist, they have to have facts.
Narration, kung sino
magnanarrate. Kasi hindi ba self-serving naman yun?